Hello everybody, Grillmaster Dennis here again. Today I'm going to be sealing and marinating and sealing some salmon in a nice big juicy KC strip. For the wife, she doesn't like seafood, so the first thing I'm going to go ahead and season and marinate is the steak. And today all she asked for was some teriyaki and some garlic powder, and so I'll get that going and we'll let that seal and see what goes on. So hope you enjoy this video and enjoy the techniques, and I'll be showing you everything that happens in the process. Thank you. As I stated earlier in another video, I'll be using the Magicvac Maxima2 double pump vacuum sealer. We'll be using Magicvac sealer bags, and I'll also be using some of our Avid armor bags as well. So as stated, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do Kelly's steak, my wife's steak first. That's a nice fat steak. She's going to get super full off of that sucker. Some teriyaki. I'm going to use one of the seasonings that my buddy Rob gave me. Garlic powder. Take the lids off, get everything ready here. Oh, I did forget one thing. Some tenderizer. I'm back. Once I stated, I'm doing this all by myself, so pretty soon I'll be able to have some assistance and do everything a lot better and just keep going without cutting out of the picture or having to do anything else. So right now I'm going to pour in the teriyaki. Put in tenderizer. Big steak, make sure you put plenty in there. And I'm going to put in some garlic powder. Lids back on. Make sure nothing spills. Once again, what I always do, roll it up a little bit, keep some air in there, move that around, get some of that seasoning all up on there. Oop, dripping. That's okay, I'll clean it up. Paper towels. Always a good thing to have handy. And as I stated before, in order to get a good seal, you always want to make sure that where you're sealing at is nice and dry. As I stated, if it's not, you won't get a good seal. And then it won't turn out as well. So just bear with me while I wipe this down and get everything good and clean. Plus, that's a good way to make sure you keep your machine clean at the same time. saves you from having to do all that extra work at the end. Really, all you have to do is just a little wipe down and you should be good to go. Also want to give a shout out to Avid for giving me this opportunity to use their products, make these videos, and just giving me the thumbs up on everything that I'm doing right now. So I'm going to wipe that down one more time, make sure that's nice and clean, and then I'm going to vacuum seal it. There we go. That looks nice and clean. So now I'm going to vacuum seal it. Let it sit in all that marinade and stuff for a little bit. And then the next video after I do the salmon, which you'll see me do that process. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 8 pieces of salmon. So I'm going to put those in 4 separate bags, 2 a piece, that way I don't overload it. And then let those marinate, and then I will grill. And to make sure there's no cross-contamination, I did have all the meat separated, so there's no cross-contamination going on. So right now I'm going to go ahead and vacuum seal this steak. Tuck it down in the little cubby they have there for you. And with this, what you want to do, get down, but you also want to lift the lids, the locks up, get it set until it's locked in place. You got a vacuum seal, it shows the time. Vacuum seal, you can do a canister, marinating, pulse, seal. So if you do the pulse, you just hit the button to do as much vacuum as you want, or seal, or vacuum as I mean. But today I am just going to do the vacuum and seal, just seal up the bags, vacuum the air out, let those steaks, let this meat marinate for a little bit so I can be able to throw them on the grill. So here I go. Vacuumed, now it's sealing. There's a little click when it's done. We'll open it up, see how well it's sealed. And it did not seal very well because a lot of the juices got sucked up in there. Good thing about this, your seal tray, which is kind of a drip tray as well, does pop out, so you can be able to throw it in the dishwasher and clean it real nice and good. reason why the juices sucked up all up in there is because there was too much juice in a little too small of a bag. So right now, I'm going to try and do another seal on it, and we'll see what happens. Let's see how that one works. Check. That time we got actually pretty good seal on that one that time. So that's been vacuumed. We'll let it sit and marinate for a little bit. Then I'll be throwing that on the grill. For the salmon, what I'm going to use, some olive oil, a little bit of Mrs. Dash lemon pepper, and I was going to try a little bit of the smoked Spanish paprika. We'll see how that turns out. Salmon, you don't want to really season too much. A lot of people just use salt and pepper, or just some lemon seasoning, or you know, just simple things, because you want to be able to taste the fish, not overwhelm it. So I'm just going to use a little bit of that smoked Spanish paprika. Make sure the Dorothy Dash is the one that's in there the most, with plenty of olive oil. And so we'll get those going. For the salmon, I'm going to use the Avid Armor vacuum, already sealed vacuum sealer bags. One thing with these, if you use our brand, you need to have the emboss side facing up. Then you got to hold the vacuum seal button for about 2 seconds for it to start working. Then you should be good. So as I stated, I'm going to put 2 pieces per bag. Gotta be gentle because it is salmon. Make sure it don't fall apart in the process. I'm going to go ahead and get them all bagged up. That way they're ready. And then I'll show you the seasonings. Do that and get those vacuum sealed. Start putting one too many in that bag. Last bag, last 2 pieces of salmon. Alright, I got those all bagged up. I do appreciate you guys just taking the time, just watching the videos. As I said, I know I'm doing all this myself, so it is a little time consuming, but I'm trying to do them as quick as possible and make sure everybody stays happy and can learn at the same time. As I stated before, I don't necessarily have any specific recipes. I just do everything from scratch. Everything always just seems to turn out quite delicious. So let me close that so it's not so bright outside. It is a beautiful day, by the way, here in Kansas City. Go ahead and bring all the bags of salmon up. Those looking good. As I stated, some olive oil. Some Dorsey Mrs. Dash lemon pepper, salt free. And as stated, just a little bit of the smoked Spanish paprika. We'll see how that turns out. Shake it up first, get it loose. There we go. Being a little stubborn. That stuff's pretty thick, but that's good because you don't want to. I'm not trying to use a whole lot. All right. Instead, I'm going to roll up the bag like I always do. Those seasonings all mixed in there. There we go. Got them separated now. Make sure I get both sides nice and good. Alright, and as before, like I stated, make sure this where you're going to seal is nice and dry. Make sure you get a proper seal. Alright, here comes bag number 1. Vacuuming them up. Now it's sealing. Should be done. Let's check it out. We did get a pretty good seal. Just got some of those juices up in there, like I said, that vacuum process. It's pretty strong. There's the first bag. Yummy salmon. That's going to taste delicious. Set that one off to the side. I always double check everything afterwards too, just to make sure everything's still good to go for the sealing and everything like that. Going in the second bag here. Same seasonings. Pretty good. Roll it up. Seems like there might be a hole in this one, but let's see. Oh. Sure all that gets all nice and good. All right. That looks pretty good. Make sure it's nice and clean. Get a proper seal on there. If Dell's ain't wanting to cooperate today. Alright, that looks like pretty good dry, pretty dry. Let's put it in there and get that one sealed up. It's in the sealing process. Once you're done, let's give it a check. one did get a good seal, so that bag's done. Once again, it did get a little bit of the liquid down in the tray. That's okay. As stated, it's able to come out and be able to wash it. So I'm going to do that for 2 more bags. Same seasonings in those 2 as well. Let them marinate for about, I don't let them marinate for about an hour or so. And then I'll get back with you. The next video will be me throwing everything on the grill and getting it cooked for you. So I hope you enjoyed the show. Once again, this is Grill Master Dennis. And once again, another huge shout out to my friend Rob McConaughey and his art studio, Oso Art Studio, for providing me the shelf, which is going to be a floating shelf, so I'm going to hang it up and be able to store all my seasonings and everything on there. Once I do that, that'll just be sitting right behind me, so you'll be able to see it every time. So, in the meantime, you guys have a good afternoon, and I'll be back in just a little bit. Thank you.